roasting them. About Chanel, it's like, who would have ever thought that this would get you? I mean, you tried so hard at the divorce pod, this, that, just B, just D, just Bryn, just Jason, Branson, bits and bytes, and she has 12 different podcasts. This one lasts for 3 hours. This one's 2 minutes, and this and that, and blah, 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 blah. And now I'm a Jill, and blah, 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 blah. I just think this is what a byproduct. Sometimes when you're busy making plans, life happens, Sarah, when you're busy making plans. That's all.
God bless you. I mean, I don't know where you think she's going with this. This seems like another piece of spaghetti on the wall for a second. I mean, but you know, people are loving it. She has diehards, but I don't know. Perez has been blocked by her. I do know. I do not. Again, I'm much more of a Luann type person. Luann has found a niche. She has stuck with it. She's above the fray. She used it for a platform. And I think Luann, even in 10 years from now, even if she's not selling out a 6,000 seat arena, will be doing cabaret shows and, you know, loving drag queens and having a ball and selling merch and traveling the world. And
it's sustainable. She has a true, and she even says, like, thank God. She says, thank God for cabaret. I think she said it the last time she was on this podcast. Like, I'm not saying she got lucky, but she is great at it and works at it. But it's a real business that it sells. I mean, is lucky to have this. It's a real sustainable thing that exists outside of the show. It's a very good career now.
I don't know what Chanel is for Bethenny. But again, I'm not a fan anymore, and people love what she's doing. To your point, they love it. Perez has been blocked by her.
When did is this a new blocking from Mr. Hilton?
Yes, in the past
I'm sorry.
10 days.
Oh, what happened?
Well, Perez basically did a video and he said, I do not believe that she has nearly as much money as she says she has, because somebody with that much money would not be this thirsty because, you know, she was made into a meme that she's the new baby reindeer, you know, in all the Chanel videos, which was actually quite funny. And look, I can't talk because people were like, you're baby reindeer about something about her. So I'm there, you know. However, he just says there's no way someone with $80 million is doing these videos and these podcasts and one thing after another, that she has to keep some sort of revenue stream coming in. I don't know.
Someone else has said that way before Perez.
Did you say that?
I say all the time. Now, mind you, I don't want to highlight this because, I mean, I am blocked by so many people. The Rats, that Scurries, Ariana, I mean, PK, we could just keep going. But I am not blocked by Bethenny, at least the last time I checked. No, I did say that exact same thing as Perez. Not so much that she's not as rich. I just said, I don't understand it. I would go live my life. Like, you would never see me again. You would never see me again. Like, there's a certain amount of money. I told you, for $10 million, I would still be here. I know this is where you and I differ. I would. For 15 million, I would still be here. Even for like 20 million, I'd probably still do this job. 50, 80 million, I'd probably be out of here. Sarah's like, God, I'd be out for like 100, whatever. Now, I mean, yeah, I would sell, but I mean, it doesn't make sense to me. But I do believe two things could be true. I mean, I don't know if I really agree with Perez. I think she has the money, and I think it's even worse than we think. I think girlfriend just has to be in the public eye, which I think is even worse. I would take my phone. I would literally find a river. I would throw the phone in the river and I would watch it float away. And then I would get a new phone and give my phone number out to like 7 people and say, if you need me, text me or call me. There's no more Instagram.
There's nothing wrong with experimenting. We're all experimenting all the time because, especially in media, everything is changing. The old ways of getting a talk show on TV or being a news anchor and then being elevated to something, or being a comic and then getting your own late night show, it just doesn't exist anymore. So I understand the trying things, but it just seems as though we've been trying things for years and years. It's like, what is the end game with her? Does anyone know? I thought the end game was that she was going to start her own YouTube show where she kind of went into businesses and reviewed them. And I was like, oh, this is genius. But to your point, it's like everything is for 5 minutes and then we've gone on to something else and something else and something else. So I don't even know what the Chanel thing is, but you and her fans seem to think this is it. So that's great.
Yeah, you know what I don't like, and I'm not going to criticize it. I mean, would be the worst parent. It's just, I mean, she has created a mini me. Like, Bryn's like, she does these influencer videos, a lot of them, Bryn, all the time. So that doesn't mean she's not going to go to college. I'm sounding very conservative now. It doesn't mean that she doesn't have, but I don't know if you've seen Bryn, if you follow Bryn. Bryn does like influencer videos where
No,
no,
I
I
don't.
mean, and they last. She's like, okay, first of all, we have now Sarah's good. And I'm not criticizing a child. I'm just saying, I, I'm not criticizing Bryn at all. I just always am like, oh, it's the same problem with being raised in LA. I mean, but it's more like, this lipstick is really good. It's my favorite. I mean, she's doing great. It's my favorite color. And it's from, and then she looks at it. A brand called, she's junior. She's just starting out. Susan Smith. Now, let me try some on. I mean, Bryn is like, we're not done, Sarah. She's like, next we have something that my mother gave me for my birthday. It's the Way shampoo. Now, it smells so good, and you can get it on their website. Third, we have this cloth here. This is I mean, it's just more like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's mom and stage mom. It's stage mom and daughter. And
It's
look,
just a little cringy for me, but no criticism. It just, uh,
I live in
stay
LA.
off the social. Stay off the social.
I think about all the time. I'm like, my son is like my greatest moneymaker. I should absolutely put my son, getting him a YouTube channel, playing with trains, reviewing cars. He like loves all those things, boy things, like lean in. I mean, I can't
Just
falter
leaning
for
in.
that as somebody who thinks that as well. There just doesn't seem to be any meaning. She's not alone. I mean, all these housewives. Like, I wanted to ask you what you thought of Sonia. I mean, Sonia finally sold that townhouse after a
Townhouse.
decade for like
I mean,
4.8 million. I mean,
listen,
yeah.
it's like I said a few weeks ago when the auction was announced. Unfortunately, because Sonia will cry now again, even though she's blocked me. She's not there to talk about people blocking me. Like I said, it is a total piece of shit teardown. So someone has bought the property for 4.8. They are going to destroy it. She probably wanted to write into the sale, please do not destroy my ugly 1990s townhouse. It is a ugly, horrible piece of shit that needs to be torn to the ground. There's not 1 ounce of it that is salvageable, and it needs to be rebuilt. So I don't know what street it's on, but look, 4 point something for a townhouse that you have to tear down and rebuild, I think is still a pretty good deal. I would think, and I could be wrong. I just did a 1 bedroom in New York that's way smaller than her townhouse. I mean,